Hello everyone, I'm Chris Thomas. You're watching an ABC 10 Plus recap of the top stories on this Monday. The search continues in Nevada County for a woman who fell into the South Yuba River over the weekend. And on this Memorial Day, we hear from Sacramento families honoring their loved ones who made the ultimate sacrifice. The ABC 10 Plus recap starts now. A search continues tonight on the South Yuba River after a woman was swept away over the weekend. And we start tonight with that search. Good evening, I'm Chris Thomas.
I'm Laura Painter. Thank you so much for joining us. As rescue teams keep looking, officials are issuing a warning about the dangers of the river.
ABC 10's Luke Clary has more from Nevada County, and first responders are preparing for a busy season.
Feel restored.
This time of year, the South Yuba River is a magnet for nature lovers.
Feel at peace, kind of leave the stresses of the world behind for a couple hours.
For Stephen Anderson, this river is a place to escape, but it's not without risk.
Standing underneath the old Highway 49 bridge, the rapids are incredibly loud. You can feel the vibrations, giving you a sense of the power of the water.
Late Saturday evening, a woman went into the water here and never came back out.
When the lights are shining sideways on those rapids and the aerated water, they look more intimidating than they do during the day. It definitely turns up the volume on the rescue and the adrenaline.
2 days later, and the search continues. Nevada County Consolidated Fire Department expects dozens more rescue calls like this over the coming months.
This is arguably one of the most dangerous rivers in Northern California.
It's why rescue crews are back in the water this week, training in the same conditions that put others in peril.
I know it's dangerous.
Anderson, enjoying the scene from above, he knows the risks all too well.
I didn't realize that at first. Sadly enough, years ago, we had a friend drown here. He was in his 20s.
In Nevada County, Luke Clary, ABC 10.
Especially over the next few weeks, the water is cold and fast. Be sure to wear a life jacket, stay on designated trails, and never underestimate the current. Honoring America's fallen heroes on this Memorial Day. President Trump laid a wreath at the tomb of the unknown soldier. Vice President J.D. Vance and the Defense Secretary joined him at the Arlington National Cemetery this morning.
In Sacramento, community members came out today to honor the lives lost in the line of duty. A memorial ceremony was held this morning at the Sacramento Memorial Auditorium. The open house started with a flag ceremony to honor our fallen soldiers. It continued with speeches commemorating their sacrifice. Tonight, we're hearing from the family of a veteran who are spending this Memorial Day remembering the legacy of their loved one.
Yeah, they say today is all about honoring those who made the ultimate sacrifice. ABC 10's Roxanne Elias has more from the Sacramento Valley National Cemetery.
Entering the Sacramento Valley National Cemetery in Dixon on Memorial Day is usually a day filled with many emotions.
It brings to me a memory of, golly, these people gave their lives so I could have the freedoms that I have, and that's kind of what the flag represents. Us as a nation, hopefully unified.
Lawrence Patterson is visiting his father, Lawrence R. Patterson, who is buried here along with more than 50,000 other fallen military heroes. He says his father fought in the Vietnam War and died unexpectedly in 2008 of brain cancer after 26 years of service. And on this big day, Maureen Meyer, his daughter, flew in from Alabama to pay her respects. Her husband is also a veteran.
Memorial Day, as many people take the opportunity for the 3-day weekend to have barbecues and, go to the lake and go fishing and whatnot, but that's not what it's about. It's about honoring our service members who have perished. The fact is that they served, which gave us the opportunity to have this weekend.
The siblings say the cemetery has significantly changed since their father was buried. They can remember there being no roads or buildings, and it was still being developed.
It's emotional when you look around and how much this cemetery has grown, that all of these people have died for our country, whether it was in battle or not. They made a sacrifice, whether it was for 2 years or it was for 30 years.
Lawrence and Maureen say their mother, also a vet, plans to one day be buried here alongside her husband when she passes. And for as long as they can, the family will proudly pay their respects to the men and women who served. On Memorial Day, they leave the cemetery with a full heart.
Gratitude, thanks for the service for the men and women, as I've said. And then, we take photos. We collectively, as what family members are here, took pictures, and we'll send them off to my mother, who lives in Florida.
In Dixon, Roxanne Elias, ABC 10.
And the family is asking people who want to show support to reach out to surviving veterans and their families. They say a little kindness goes a long way to help people who may be hurting.
Here in Sacramento, city officials honored the fallen by hosting the annual Memorial Day event at the Memorial Auditorium in downtown in partnership with the Veterans Affiliated Council. People gathered today to pay respect to those who gave the ultimate sacrifice. ABC 10's Jeannie Nguyen shares with us their stories and also the message that they want people to really remember on this day.
Oh, say, can you see?
On this Memorial Day,
By the dawn's early light,
veterans, city, and state leaders gathered to honor the lives of those who have fallen.
We all know that Memorial Day is a national recognition to honor the members of our armed services who died in service to their country.
In partnership with the City of Sacramento, the Veterans Affiliated Council organized this event at the Memorial Auditorium in downtown Sacramento. Councilmember Roger Dickinson and Assemblymember Maggie Krell were also a part of the event.
Today, we remember the soldiers, the sailors, the airmen, and the Marines who never came home.
Roseville Marine Sergeant Nicole G. is one of those who never came home. The 23-year-old was killed in an ISIS attack in Afghanistan in 2021.
Nicole was not just a hero in her final moments. She was a hero in every choice she made, in every act of kindness, and in every sacrifice for something greater than herself.
Reminding those who are young, old, and still serving that those who gave their lives left a legacy to inspire us to live with purpose.
You are that next generation, and your actions, whether in service, community, or simply voting, keeps their legacy alive.
In Sacramento, Jeannie Nguyen, ABC 10.
The Veterans Affiliated Council hosts events throughout the year, with Veterans Day being their biggest. For more details on their upcoming events, we have posted a link over on our website at abc10.com.
Well, many local families spent the holiday weekend on the lake, but this year it was a bit harder to choose where to launch boats.
ABC 10's Gabriel Porras has the details from Calaveras County.
Jet skis and boats race beside each other on the waters of Hogan Lake. It's a scene synonymous with holiday weekend fun, but so far this summer in Calaveras County, it's becoming a reservoir rarity.
A lot of lakes are closing down because of the mussels, so we just gotta improvise and come to the nearest lake we can find.
Which is why Cameron Huffman and his family chose Hogan, only an 18-minute detour from one of their usually preferred lakes, Comanche.
Well, Comanche is, from what I heard, they're not even doing inspections or anything. They just shut down all watercraft for the season. So that's no fun.
For the first time this season, the popular destination banning bringing your own boat as well as alcohol.
I don't know, I guess you got fun without drinking, but you're kind of killing a vibe of celebrating,
Yeah, it's no boat, no drinking. What are you just going to do? Look at each other all day long. So if you have a boat and an RV, it's kind of, you have to go find it a place. That's what we're doing right now.
The main parking lot for the boat launches here at Hogan is pretty packed today, but regulars tell me it does get busier. And this past Saturday and Sunday was amongst the busiest they've ever seen it.
On a normal day, you come out here, there's 2 or 3 cars in the parking lot. And yesterday, especially, it was like 20 people in line and probably 100 in the water.
Longtime Hogan fisherman Roland Perez says many of the newcomers were here for one reason.
Because of the lake closures at Comanche.
And for Hogan's new holiday jet skiers and boaters hurrying beside each other, Leah Neuenswander has an important message.
Just be safe and have fun.
In Calaveras County, Gabriel Porras, ABC 10.
Gabriel, thank you. Hogan Lake is high risk for invasive golden mussels, which is why officials there will be conducting random inspections of boats and jet skis all season long.
And the holiday weekend has been busy for travel. TSA screened more than 3 million people on Friday alone, making it the 3rd busiest day of all time. It was also the busiest travel day so far this year. The 2nd busiest day of the year was Thursday, when the TSA screened 2.9 million people. The agency expects to screen about 18 million total people over the holiday weekend. And listen to this, if you're planning a road trip this summer, gas prices are decreasing. The national average price for gas is $3.13 per gallon. That's according to a report from Gas Buddy.
The report also shows gas prices haven't been this low on Memorial Day since 2021. But of course, for us here in California, we can expect to pay more. ABC 10's Candace Red has the details.
We're all just trying to save a buck or two, but it's no secret that California continues to lead the nation with the most expensive gas prices. Now, according to Gas Buddy, the average gas price in our state is $4.78. Memorial Day is considered the unofficial start to summer, and despite the economic uncertainty, millions of people still plan to take a road trip over the summer. Now, we're already starting to get a good idea of just how much gas could possibly cost. A report from Gas Buddy shows prices are expected to average $3.02 per gallon between Memorial Day and Labor Day. Keep in mind, that's on a national level. Now, here's what you should know before hitting the road right here in California.
Gas prices do vary. Even within California, you can see some stations that are 40, 50, even 60, 70, or 80 cents a gallon higher or lower. If you're heading out of the state, you're going to want to make sure to fill up wherever you're heading, whether that's Nevada or Oregon or Arizona. California has the nation's most expensive gasoline prices. So if you're headed out of the state, you'll want to take full advantage of lower gas prices.
Well, let's go ahead and take a quick look now at gas prices in our state. Now, according to Gas Buddy, Sacramento stands at $4.87 per gallon. Stockton is $4.73. Modesto, it's a little bit cheaper there with $4.67. Now, one of the best ways to find affordable gas is to visit our website. That's abc10.com/gas prices. There, you'll find a list of gas stations, locations, and prices to help keep more money in your wallet.
Candace, thank you. Turning to your weather now with a live look outside over Sacramento. A very nice start weather-wise to the new week on this Memorial Day, but a serious warm-up is on the way. Brendan, you're talking well above average, triple-digit heat.
And so we've got a weather impact alert coming up later in the week, right?
Yeah, that's right. Friday and Saturday for this heat that's on the way. 20 degrees warmer than normal for the time of the year. Yeah, we're going to venture into triple digits for the first time in 2025 as well. We'll get to that in a second. But I do want to say that, honestly, like Laura said a minute ago, it's been a really nice start to the week. Yesterday, we only topped out at 78 in Sacramento. Today, we're at 81 right now. 80 in Elk Grove, 80 in Stockton, 82 Manteca, 80 Modesto, 77 Vacaville, 77 in Fairfield, 74 Jackson, 72 Auburn, 66 in Truckee, and 61 in South Lake Tahoe. Right now, we're starting to see some Delta breeze developing as well, mainly down in the San Joaquin Valley, parts of the Delta. Not quite so much in Sacramento and the Sacramento Valley just yet, but it should get a little breezier as the evening goes on. Temperatures in the upper 70s at around 6 o'clock tonight, mid 70s by 8 o'clock, and 66 degrees by the time we get towards 10. Shouldn't be quite as windy as it was last night, but we should still get that breeze nonetheless. Tuesday morning starting off in the low to mid 50s across the valley. Mild start, very average for the time of year, but the afternoon warming trend begins tomorrow. We're going to be in those low 90s, upper 80s, low 90s across the valley. The average high is 83, so about 5 degrees plus warmer than normal going forward for the next couple of days. But you know, it's going to be a very typical kind of summer setup where it gets hot in the afternoon, then that breeze kicks in and knocks some degrees off of the temperature, and it's not so bad once you get towards about 6, 7, 8 o'clock. So that's good for any baseball games here this week. So again, Tuesday, the start of the warming trend, warming up. 90 in Sacramento, 92 Stockton, 92 Manteca, 91 Modesto, 91 Marysville, 95 up in Colusa, 80s in the foothills, 70s up in the high country, but it does get hotter. Tuesday, Wednesday, near 90 degrees, mid-90s by Thursday, but then Friday, Saturday, we're running 20 degrees above normal, and our high temperatures jump towards about 105 for Friday. Saturday, maybe a smidge cooler, but I'm still expecting triple digits for the start of the upcoming weekend. Here's why. As we look at the weather pattern, high pressure begins to build in over the next few days. This is what's going to bring our temperatures into the mid-90s, but then it kind of gets reinforced with this stronger high building in Friday and Saturday. That's going to send our temperatures into the triple digits. It's only 2 or 3 days, though, where we're going to see some pretty warm temperatures because that high gets out of here in a hurry by the time we get to Sunday, Monday, and we could be in those low 80s for Monday and Tuesday as a little system passes on through. But of course, all eyes are on Friday and Saturday. We've got an extreme heat watch out across the valley for the end of the work week and the start of the weekend. So definitely watching, again, Friday, Saturday, weather impact alert for that extreme heat. High temperatures near 105 across much of the valley. Upper valley locations could be closer to about 108. So it's a good time to start thinking about heat safety, water, shade, and sunscreen. And this level of heat affects everybody. So if you are going to be spending any time outdoors at the end of this week, be ready for that heat. Be ready with the heat safety as well. Make sure you are planning for some breaks in the shade and the AC. Temperatures definitely jump over the next 3 days, but by the end of the week, it is much more significant heat that we were talking about, again, near 105 for a couple of days. But I also want to point out how quickly the temperatures drop after that. 80s on Sunday, low 80s by Monday and Tuesday. So again, 2 or 3 days of some really warm temperatures, and then it should drop fairly quickly after that.
The unofficial start of summer, just launching right into it. We're getting a big taste of it soon.
And I know folks are usually looking to beat the heat when you get those type of temperatures. You want to get out on the water, but the water is cold and fast as well.
Always wear a life jacket in and around the water.
Well, as you know, every year Memorial Day weekend marks the start of the summer blockbuster season.
Absolutely. And this Memorial weekend was particularly historic. So ABC 10's Mark S. Allen is here to explain why. Hey, Mark.
Yeah, if you're ever worried that movie theaters are going away, I don't think they're going away, not based on this weekend. The highest grossing weekend in the history of film has just taken place. And driving the charge, the #1 movie at the box office, let's get right to it. Disney's live-action adaptation of Lilo and Stitch. Say what you will about live-action adaptations, but this one is so faithful to the original, so amazing. And the most amazing part about it is real-life, Hawaiian-born Lilo, played by Maya Kealoha. We caught up with her to talk about it. Listen.
When I hear working, it makes me so happy. Like, it makes my heart get very happy. So every time when I'm working, and then I only do work for like one film for one day, I usually get a little bit sad because I want to work some more.
So let's talk about Stitch. What are you two up to in this movie?
He's making a lot of trouble in this movie, so I usually need to teach him his stuff to be good.
Sydney plays your sister in this movie, and I'm told you guys are close in real life.
Well, Sydney is very sweet and kind. And then every time I see her, I usually hug her before she's about to eat. I want to give her some good luck for her food. And then when I usually work with her, she makes me very happy.
Oh my goodness, a more perfect live-action Lilo there has never been. That's why that movie is #1. She crushes it. Stitch, not so bad, but she's amazing in it. All right, moving on. Let's keep the Disney train going with Disney Pixar's latest Elio, that is. It opens in theaters June 20th. I would describe it sort of E.T. meets Inside Out, and it just like any other Pixar movie, you're going to laugh, but you are going to cry, and then you're going to laugh some more. I can't wait to share more with you about that. Let's get onto something that Walt Gray might be interested in. Brad Pitt, June 27, F1. What they say is the most faithful depiction of sports racing ever. Jerry Bruckheimer, who brought you Top Gun, and back in the day, Days of Thunder, he knows a little something about making movies about things going fast. Also executive produced by and starring Brad Pitt. Can't wait for you to see this. We'll get closer to it as it gets closer. Meanwhile, what is also playing at the box office as we speak that made that historical weekend? Tom Cruise in the 8th installment of Mission Impossible. This movie crushed it. It may not have met their expectations, but it's still the highest grossing Mission Impossible movie ever. And think about it. 29 years old, the franchise turns this month, and it's the 8th installment. So for it to do that well, they got something going on. Anyway, say what you will, movies are here to stay. The box office is strong. The summer has now launched. Back to you.
Thanks for watching this ABC10 Plus recap. We are here 24/7 on the free ABC10 Plus TV streaming app. You can get your local news and weather anytime, anywhere. I'm Chris Thomas. We'll see you next time.
Thanks for watching ABC10 Plus. And now that you're here, why don't we take a look around and see what else is here? The very first tile on your left is always going to be streaming 24/7. You can find us adjacent to that, breaking news if it's there, and then right next to that, a replay of the most recent newscast. Whether it's ABC 10 Morning News at 5, 6, or beyond, it's going to be there. The forecast beyond that, and then right beyond that, the news that matters the most. Now that you know the basic tiles, let's go up to the top and take a deeper dive into news. We have every single newscast that you would need, including To the Point with Alex Bell, taking a deeper dive into the issues. Beyond that, ABC 10 Morning News at 5 and 6 and 11, the evening shows as well. Below that, you can watch the top stories from To the Point. Under that, Dollars and Cents, where you can learn how to navigate this challenging economy. And below that, you can watch our award-winning ABC 10 Special Investigations, where we hold the powerful accountable. Going into weather, look, it's the 10-day forecast, getting you ready for the weekend and beyond. Beyond that, sports. I know you care about the Sacramento Kings. We have the most comprehensive guide to anything, everything Kings in the locker room and on the court. We have it. Below that, I know you care about the San Francisco 49ers. Backing out again, come up to the top and join me on Verify. I'm super excited about this. Our experts are checking the facts, verifying the truth for you. Jump up now to shows. Very excited about this. Oh, look. It's Take a Look. This is my show. I love movies, and if you love movies or streaming shows, whether it's on screens this big, or this big, it's Take a Look. Recently went behind the scenes, sat down with Lady Gaga and Joaquin Phoenix to talk about Joker 2. I love the movie, and oh, I just heard you shout you hate the movie. Jump in, we talk about it on this show. Other shows, Bartell's Backroads, go up and down the state of California, tank of gas getaways, one fuel cell getaway, like places like the Toy Museum. This is what kids did before they had screens. Over here, the Moaning Caverns of Calaveras County, one of the most coveted caves in all of California. You know, watching this show, I discovered there's a cave that could fit the entire Statue of Liberty in your own backyard. You'll find about that and more with Bartell's Backroads. Down below that, To the Point. It is one of my favorite newscasts because they talk about news with Alex Bell the way you talk about news. It's conversational but in-depth at the same time. Below that, Your California Life. Love this show. Whether it's entertainment, food, beverage, lifestyle, it's there. Desiree Shepherd hosts and does an amazing job. So there you have it. It's ABC 10 Plus, the app. What do you need? We heard you and we got it. Thanks for watching. Thanks for streaming.